Florida State brought in an elite transfer quarterback in DJ Uiagalelei in the last transfer portal window, and he's now spent some time being in Tallahassee, being with the program, even starting to go through tour duty workouts and prepare for spring camps. Now, I've actually been pretty high on DJ for a while now, but he's done a few interviews recently with both Florida State and national media, and after hearing him talk and go through his process of becoming a Florida State Seminole, I'm even more excited and optimistic about what he'll do in Garnet and Gold. One of the key things that stuck out to me was the way he said that he always knew he wanted to be at Florida State, and when he entered the transfer portal, he had his sights set on one school, and that school was Florida State. And you know that he's being genuine here because he literally didn't visit anywhere else after being in the portal for over a month before committing to the Noles. So I really like the mindset there. But then he goes on to explain just why he wanted to be at Florida State, and for Noles fans, this may not come as quite a shock, but maybe just some further affirmation. He talks about Norvell, and you can hear it in his voice, you can hear it in what he says, that he has a tremendous respect for Mike Norvell. But it even goes further than that. He says straight up, I want to learn to become a better quarterback, I want to be developed, and I feel like Mike Norvell could do that for me. He cites the undeniable success that Mike has had with former quarterbacks, especially Jordan Travis, but even dating back to his time at Memphis with Brady White. He mentioned how on his visit, him and Mike sat and watched game film. 3 games worth of game film, actually. And Mike picked his brain and vice versa. But I think that's a great way to not only test the fit, but also start to build a good rapport with your future starting quarterback. DJ also recalled his time at Clemson and playing against Florida State. He even tried to butter us all up by talking about how cool the atmosphere here at Doak Campbell Stadium is, as if we didn't already know. But he even mentions how back in 2021, how it wasn't exactly the best season for Florida State, but he could tell what Mike was doing, and you could see the foundation being set, and we could all start to see how much Mike Norvell was developing Jordan Travis into an elite quarterback. He has such a high respect for this program and this staff that he said he didn't even care to see the training facilities or any of the nutrition stuff. Now, obviously, it's Florida State. You can trust that it's plenty sufficient, and I'm sure probably better than Oregon State's, but he said all he needs is a football and some pads, and he's ready to get to work. To add to all this, Florida State was actually pursuing 2 quarterbacks at the time, in DJ U, of course, and then Cam Ward. And DJ knew that the staff was exploring their options, and they weren't really in a hurry to make a decision. So that's how badly he wanted to be at Florida State. Like I mentioned, he was in the portal for over a month before finally committing, and that whole time not being sure if Florida State was even going to take him. But he was patient, and he knew what he wanted, and he was willing to at least see that process through. Now, I obviously love the mindset here, the work mentality, the loyalty and patience to not even take a single other visit. And this is the other reason I think DJ would be a perfect fit in Tallahassee and a perfect fit with Mike Norvell. Yes, his size, his arm strength, and everything physically he does, of course. On that note, I think he has the perfect size and skill set to execute Mike's offense at a very high level. But when you pair that with an elite mentality like he seems to have, I think the sky is the limit. And I think an offensive mind like Mike could very well turn DJ into a first-round NFL draft pick next year. Now, of course, there's a lot of time in between now and then, but I certainly wouldn't be shocked if that happened. And that's where I think all this gets really interesting. Florida State just had a phenomenal undefeated season in 2023 with elite quarterback play from Jordan Travis. Now, a lot of these guys are leaving and headed for the NFL draft, and this team has some question marks, and fans are wondering how Mike will rebuild a team, especially without Jordan Travis, who has been at Florida State even longer than Mike has. But if Mike Norvell, if Florida State goes out here again in 2024 and boasts one of the top offenses in the country and one of the top QBs in the country, it can really cement Mike Norvell as one of the nation's top offensive minds and developers, and by default turn Florida State into a straight destination for elite talent. Now, I also think DJ's mindset will be huge for the younger quarterbacks on the roster. Obviously, DJ has played a ton of football in his college career, even being at 2, now 3 different programs. He has a wealth of knowledge and experience he can share with a guy like Brock Glenn and Luke Kromenhoek, the 5-star quarterback Florida State just brought in. I think that could pay dividends on their development and careers at Florida State over the next few years. Long story short, I think Florida State is in good hands for 2024 with DJ U and for the foreseeable future with Mike Norvell. And hearing these interviews with DJ just further cements that fact. Hey, we appreciate you guys hanging out. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to keep up with future videos, recruiting, conference realignment, all that good stuff. We have a goal of hitting 1,000 subs by kickoff in Ireland, and we're well on the way, so definitely consider subscribing. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Go Noles.